What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's project, our beautiful Ford Falcon, modded in by French Toast. Has taken a little while. I have seen this one many a times. This is one specially built for us. This is the Virtual Mechanic exclusive edition. No one else is going to get this one here specifically, but there are many other variants still available in the game. Looking pretty epic. Did get this one from the auction house, but we will come back to that in a minute. Before we go any further, huge congratulations to Payne winning the Drag Build-Off 2. We had a Law one with just Law cars, and this one here was won by Padromeda, and then we had one including all the DLCs, all the mods and everything, and Payne stole that one with a new reveal. I mean, we did kind of expect that, really. That was pretty awesome. But yes, this beautiful NASCAR converted to go straight down the drag strip instead of a little bit to the left. And that was the voted for by everyone's favourite. Absolutely incredible. Excellent work, Payne. And I cannot wait to see that one and get stuck in. But back to today's video. We've got the Ford Falcon by French Toast. We already know we got it from the auction house. It's in terrible condition. But did I get a good deal? No, but not by a lot, so I'm quite happy with that. 7,920 is what we paid, and we could sell it for 7,436, only losing out on 484. Not too bad at all. The engine in this one today is the V8 overhead valve CGM SC M1D engine. Long-winded engine there. We will be keeping that one in. I'm assuming that's the one at French Toast did all the customization aspects for, making this one so it works really well on the drag strip and fits well. 850 factory horsepower from this beast, which we will obviously be increasing today with performance parts, and hopefully going to make it look pretty awesome. It's from French Toast, so I'm pretty confident there's a few liveries to go through on this one today. We've already seen a little bit about this when I showcased it before, showing all the cool things you could do. So let's just get stuck into this special one built for us, especially for the drag strip. Let's get it over to the car wash. Let's get this little Ford Falcon cleaned up. Here we are then, in the car wash, on the other side, because it is right-hand drive, import from Australia. Absolutely loving it. Let's get this one all cleaned up. We can already see that it is yellow but rusty. I'm assuming that's part of the livery, not just how bad it's meant to look right now. Looking pretty sweet. A lot of green on the inside. That's why I'm assuming it's the livery. We've got green base colour with the livery over the top. Do quite like the livery. Don't know if it's what we're going to stick with today, though. Let's get the interior done. Let's get it back on the lift, and let's get this beast of an engine ripped out of here, ready to start stripping everything else down. First things first, let's check for the oil pan sticking out the bottom. It does indeed, and there is an oil pan, so we need to go get the oil drain. Let's get you over and get you drained out. I hope this is going to be dirty. It is dirty. That finally it makes sense, because this one, if I could just get there, has a lot of mileage on it. 278,000 kilometers on there. Pretty good. Let's get you put away and see what we got going on with this engine. Now, I'm assuming this is rear-wheel drive. Not 100% on that information, but I'm going to guess so. And it looks like we haven't got any drive axles, and I can't seem to tell if there's any missing. So let's just crack on and get this gearbox out of here then. Out with the starter. Round we go. Blocked by the battery. First rusty bolt. Let's get in there. Out you come. And then off with the gearbox. No rusty bolts on the gearbox. That's a bit of a surprise. And we will grab these rear mufflers just to be on the safe side. But let's get this beast ripped out of the back of this Ford Falcon. Over we go and grab the engine crane. Let's have a look at you then. Out you come. Did we get everything? Yes, we did. I do like to see that. Let's see what we got going on in this engine bay. The first thing I can see is the biggest radiator I think I've seen in this game for a while. So we've got that. We've got a battery. We will grab that one out while we're here. We'll remember to put that one on charge in a little bit. Does have a giant fan housing kit as well. Hopefully they're going to look cool chromed out. Maybe later on. Pretty sweet. Down here we got a fuel tank and a fuel pump. Let's get you out and let's head down the front and let's see what else we've got. Up here we've got a fuse box with the ECU Type A just hidden just underneath it there. Not too bad. Then we've got a large intercooler sat on top of another radiator with a fan housing kit. Brake servo, medium intercooler, then the radiator, power steering reservoir, coolant reservoir, and the wishy-washy reservoir with the ABS pump and module just down here. Now, all my liquids, I believe, are at the front. I just need to be able to see that piece there. Hopefully, we can drain that from there. Let's give it a go. Right-click, additional tools, a drain tool. Click and hold on the container. It does reach, and I'll be back in just a moment. There we go. That's all the liquids drained out. Let's start clearing out these containers. Wishy-washy power steering and a coolant reservoir. We obviously have to come back to the intercoolers a bit later on. We'll get out the module while we're here, and then the pump underneath with its one rusty bolt preventing me from taking it out. There you go. Out you come. Fan housing kit and the radiator. Again, come back to the intercooler a bit later when we're underneath it. I will grab that ECU while I'm here, and I'll clear the fuse box in just a bit. But out with this big old radiator at the back here. I can't wait to colour that one a bit later. And I believe that's everything for the moment. So let's jump down and check out what we got going on in the suspension. Off with this lovely front wheel here. Out you come. Now, I do think this is rear wheel drive. So there, it's not. It's four-wheel drive. There we go. So we got front drive axles at the front here. Maybe it's just front wheel drive. That'd be a weird one. But there we go. So we do have a front diff at the front here. All of this looks complete because we did have both wheels on, but we will check it. So we got the sway bar end link. We've got the double wishbone, and the drive axle is there. We go around to this side. We got the inner and outer tie rod. We are missing 1, 2, 3 rubber bushings from the front central cross member there, but that's not too bad. On the other side, do we have anything? A sway bar end link, the inner and outer tie rod, double wishbone, and the drive axle, which should mean that the bearing is in there as well. It is on that side. Let's just quickly check the other side. Over we go. It is there as well. Let's jump down the back and see what we got going on here. Now, because I'm assuming this is rear-wheel drive, but the engine was out the back, I'm just going to take this wheel off and double check if there's a drive axle under here somewhere. Let's have a look. So we do have to go down a little bit further. Off you come, but it does look like this side is pretty complete. We've got the plate and both the U-bolts there, along with the shock. Are we missing the spring? No spring on this one. So there we go. There's that. We are missing the drive shaft to the front. But let's just get back under here. I want to see if this is a drive axle. It is. That's all I wanted to see. Let's see what we've got on the other side. Got the shock. Got the U-bolts. Got the plate. That's all looking pretty complete as well. Apart from the fact we are missing the brake pad, the brake caliper, and the little cylinder. Not too bad at all. I'm going to get the rest of this stripped out. I'm going to jump up here and start with the fuse box, wherever you've gone. There you go. Then I'll get all of this stripped down. Let's get that engine stripped, and then we'll work on the beautiful bodywork for this Ford Falcon. That's everything repaired, replaced, or upgraded on the Ford Falcon, ready to go back on. But first things first, let's sort out all of this bodywork. Let's just start with that big old front bumper there. Then we got a front end. Is that going to pull car part off? It does pull that car part off. Out with the hood. Out with the rear fender there, and then out with the front fender. Out you come and out you come. Are we missing anything here? Doesn't look like it. Off with the windshield. Then we got door and mirror there. That's car part 3. Out you come. Don't need you. Left body window A. Out you come. Anything down here? No, no, no. Then we got the car part 2. Loving that piece on there. Then we got rear bumper. What's this? Left tail light, right tail light, and then rear clamshell. Anything else down here? Doesn't look like it. That looks to be everything there. Okay, let's jump in and grab this steering wheel. Out you come, and there we go. Don't need you in there anymore. And let's see if we got everything. 1%, that's always a good start. Did we get everything? We did get everything as well. First time, not too bad. Well, I always come off that screen. 11% on the frame, and we bought it for just under 8. I'm going to say 1250. 500. Bad at this one. This one's obviously not going to sell for that much. But our body is all sorted now. I'm going to get everything sorted, ready to go back on it. Pick what we want to go on this one and how it's going to look. I'll join you back in a minute when we start reassembly before we head over to the paint shop. Time to get the Falcon all back together. Let's just jump back into it and start getting this all back on. For the hood, I stuck with the rusted big-ass hood scoop. On you go there. Looking pretty awesome. For the front end, kept it with the Interceptor, and we did keep the big ram bars on there, looking pretty awesome. I did change the teddy bear. It was creeping me out a little bit to the Rockmore with the Rockstar drinks in there, looking pretty sweet. Left headlight is the Magma Opus, and so is the Magnum Opus. So is the right one on there. And then for the front left fender, we kept it with the Interceptor ones. In you go and in you go. Then we got these big old spikes, rusted body barbs. These are part 5J. They look absolutely incredible. You would not like to drag race against this if this rocked up next year. We'll carry on around and let's get the door in. This is the Magnum Opus door, if I could get my words out. We just spin around to the other side. Looking pretty sweet in there. This side is the Interceptor, and we go around back to the other side. You can see it's all finished out on there. Looking pretty good. Car part 3 is the internal part, so we have gone, obviously, stuck it with the Magnum Opus. I really can't say that, but we couldn't keep it with the dude in the back, which is a bit of a shame. I would have absolutely loved that. For the windows, we kept it with the rusted theme with the broken window on there and rusted mirrors. Along with a rusted windshield. You can have that one with the window actually out, but I wanted to keep it in, and then rusted mirrors down at the back here. Not rusted. These are the body shields, looking pretty good for the Magnum Opus. On we go there, and on we go over here. And then for the rear fenders, we kept it with these big old bars, and I forgot to sell some. I forgot which ones I want to keep on there. These ones here, on you go. They're the biggest bars. In you go, and then in you go on there. Looking pretty sweet. Definitely wouldn't matter if I crashed into the second lane this time, because I'd just be ramming them out the way. Rear bumper, we kept it with the rusted theme, and for the rear clamshell, I did change it because I wanted them infinity lights, so we just went with a rusted one on there, and then put in those beautiful infinity lights. They look absolutely incredible. I really do love them. The only reason I changed the rear end is just so I could have them lights. Our trunk piece is this piece, as I did say it would be earlier, and then for the rear plate, I just put on the double skull there. Looking pretty mean, awesome, and nasty. Loving that. Did we put in the window? We did not put in the window. We missed it. Let's crack on with the interior. Let's come out of this mode and go into this mode here. French Toast did put my favourite seats in there. Thank you very much for that, along with the lovely chain steering wheel. So we have left it as it was. Changed a few things on the outside, but nothing too special. Just to give it my own little personal touch. Now, did we get everything? Let's have a look. Not that screen, this screen. 96, 100, 100. I am missing something. What am I missing? I know exactly what I'm missing. If we go around to here, there is a rear window. Oh, I'm on the wrong mode. There we go. Rear window just up here, which I did miss. We've got, obviously, no window, so it's got the window delete on there with the rusted. There we go. That should be all of it. Let's just have another double check. Try again. There we go. 100%, 100%, 100%. Fantastic. Let's get this one over to the paint shop and check out all the liveries French Toast has included. Here we are in the paint shop with French Toast Ford Falcon, looking absolutely beautiful. I love all of these spikes on here, the ram bars, everything like that. It looks absolutely incredible. I would not like to drag race against this. But let's check out the liveries in slot number 1. What have we got? Just a complete flame detail with a completely rusted patina on there. That's looking awesome. A lot of these are going to be rusted, and if you want them to look good in rusted, the best way to do it is to put them in a matte finish. Slot number 2, what have we got? More rugged, rough looking striping, tearing, whatever you want to call that. Looking pretty cool in there. Slot number 3, what have we got? This sort of rough paint camo. I like that. That's pretty awesome. Nice little rough job on the camo there. Slot number 4, if I could click the button, that is. I missed it. Is the yellow one that it came in on. Still a rough and ready looking one. That's pretty sweet. In slot number 4. Oh, what is this? Do I need to put some colour? Oh, this is the clean one. So we got the black stripe detail on the hood there with the pinstriping going all the way around the outside of the vehicle. We're liking that. That's pretty sweet. Into the next one. I think this one might be white. Yeah, so the same, but in a white. So we got a black base now with the white surround. Slot number 7. Oh, you're this one here. I can't remember what these logos are, but looking pretty sweet. Slot number 8. What have we got? Another rusted one with this little tear down here. Looking pretty good. Some markings on the hood there. Very good. These all look absolutely fantastic. Slot number 9. That's sweet. That's probably what we're going to go for today. I love that look. Like a rattle can black job with pink and blue just spray painted all over it. That's what we're going to go for. I like that. What have we got? Slot number 10. More rusted, more bad finishing, should we say, with that sort of tear patina look. That's also pretty good. Not many colours to play around with on them, though. Let's go back. Slot number 11. Oh, this is this one, but in the rusted on rough patinaed finish there. Looking pretty sweet. That's it. We are definitely 100% going for, when I can get back there, number 9. That black, pink, and a blue one on there. That's going to be sweet, especially with the exposed engine. We'll have a lot of that in black with some pink and blue splashes on there, just for good measure. A lot of this is probably going to be blacked out from here on in, with the odd splash of blue and pink here and there. I don't want to go too over the top of it. I'm going to keep a lot of it try and get it on a matte finish. It can't always be done. There are going to be some chromes in there as well. Oh, that big radiator. We could do the big radiator actually in black and then a pink fan and a blue fan on that one there and do the same at the front here. That will look pretty sweet. That's a cool idea. As for the engine, yeah, mostly black, sort of like a black block, black oil pan, things like that. And then maybe the heads, one blue, one pink, with alternating coil covers on there. We shall see. That's going to look pretty awesome. Keep it in matte. Let's get you on there. On you go. Now I need to try and match these pinks and blues to get everything painted underneath, looking absolutely incredible, kind of like it was in a rattle can job afterwards. Obviously, the patina's not going to be the same. These are all going to look brand new still. Hopefully, this is going to look absolutely incredible. I need to get everything painted, and then we'll crack on with getting it all back together, starting with the suspension. That's everything painted, ready for the Ford Falcon to go back in. I'll just quickly show you. My seat is got some blue on it there, looking pretty good. And obviously, you can't paint that piece, even with the quality of life mod. That one there doesn't paint. I kind of wanted it black, but never mind. Let's put these shocks together. In over we go. We got a blue shock absorber with a pink spring and a blue cap, all in the shiny sort of metallic finish. There is a reason for it. You will see in a little while. Let's get on with getting this underside the suspension all back together. The front suspension cross member just in a matte black there. In you go. Let's just get these rubber bushings in so I don't forget them. In you go there. The steering rack just in a black as well, along with the front sway bar, and the front diff is just in black as well. Bit weird for me, I know. But let's move around. We'll get these medium intercoolers in. This one is in a pink, and then there's a large intercooler up here. This one is in a blue, looking pretty good. Let's jump back down, since we're on the suspension, not the engine bay. Inner tie rod in a blue, and then the knuckles just in a black with the outer tie rod in a lovely little pink there just to finish it off. Both sets of suspension arms just in a matte black. I did say it was going to be a lot of black on this mostly, with a few splashes of pink and blue. So let's get you on and you on. And then let's get that shock in there. If I could click on it, there we go. Just in a bit of blue and pink. Not too visible. It is a very dark metallic-y finish. We've got pink on the sway bar end link. I don't know what happened there. Everything sort of froze. Front axle knuckle cover just in a black. And then the front wheel hub in a blue on there. Looking good. We've got a hub bearing. We've got a drive axle, which is just in a black going into the front section there. And then we've got the brake disc on you go, brake pad, and then last but not least, a lovely chrome pink brake caliper. Looking awesome. That's everything for the front end. One side at least ready to go. Let's jump down the back and carry on with this. Leaf spring rear drive axle in a matte black there. We can put the drive shaft in now, so I'm actually going to do it. In you go, just in a black. In you go, and then connected to the front diff there. Pretty good. Awesome. And let's carry on. So we got the rear shock opposite to the front in a pink shock itself. Then the leaf spring in a blue. Then we got the leaf spring plate in a pink. And then we've got a pink outside U-bolt and a blue, if I can get there, inside U-bolt. Just to mix it up a little bit. Keeping the colours nice and fresh. Quite like that so far. Let's just get these rubber bushings in. In you go and in you go there. Now the front was very black. The back's also quite black. That rear knuckle in a black. The hub in a black. Then we got the drive axle in a pink to go opposite to the front with the blue main piece there. Then we got a brake disc, brake pad. And then for the rears, we've got some lovely chrome blue brake calipers. Looking pretty sweet on there. Quite pleased with all of that. I think that is looking fantastic. Bit of multicolour in there just for some good measure. Let's get up here. We'll get the fuel tank in just in a black. And if I nip over to this side, the fuel pump just in a little blue. Matching my seat, which you can't see right now, but it is what it is. Pretty sweet. Going to crack on. We got some loads of stuff to finish underneath, so I'm going to get all of this done. And then we'll move on to the engine bay. I'll see you in just a minute. That's the suspension, all finished predominantly in a matte black. Few splashes that aren't quite in a matte black because they won't go there. And then a few bits of this blue and pink, which looks absolutely incredible. Very, very pleased with them. But let's jump up. We need to get this engine bay sorted out. And let's just start with a few of these ancillary bits. We've got the brake servo over here. Just down here, we've got the power steering reservoir. Then we've got the wishy-washy reservoir just here and a coolant reservoir just down there. ABS pump itself is in a lovely metallic-y pink, and then the module itself in a lovely little blue there, looking pretty good. Over we go. What else we got up here? We got the radiator, which is in a... Oh, I've got to think which way around I want to do this. The pink one up here, And then if we go to the fan housing kit, we got a black fan housing kit cover. We want blue big fan and pink little fan. There we go. In we go. And we can't squeeze underneath to see them, but don't worry. You'll be able to see them in just a little bit when we throw the big one in here. Let's crack on with that. Radiator in here is in a blue. Then we've got the fan housing kit in her back with a big pink fan and a small blue fan. Words chromed out. They look awesome. If we just step out of here for a second, they are in the main compartment. You can see them there looking absolutely fantastic. Really pleased with that. Let's get back in. We've got a few bits left to go. Where are we going to start? Just here. We snip down underneath the fuse box. We got the ECU Type A up there. Then we've got the pink fuse box base with a blue lid. I'll get all of that filled in a bit. Let's jump around to the back. We've got a battery going in down here, which I did remember to throw on charge. And that is all of it. So let's just quickly... Oh, God, this was a terrible idea. There we go. Blue lid, a pink base. Looking pretty cool on there. It's hidden in the dashboard, so you will never see it anywhere. If we just spin it around to here, it's in under there somewhere. I don't quite know precisely where, but it is in there. That's it so far. Looking pretty good. We need to go and build that beautiful V8 engine, ready to drop it in the back there. This is going to be pretty insane. Let's go and get that built. Time to get this V8 all back together. You can see we got a matte black engine block with a matte black oil pan in there. Looking pretty sweet, but let's get it all back together, and we're just going to start with the engine heads. This one on this side is in a lovely little pink. In you go there. Let's get you all bolted up. Looking good. And then on the other side, we've got it in a blue. So we're doing the alternate colours from the body there. Lovely pink, lovely blue with that black underneath. It is mostly black with, the, as I said before, the odd splashes of pink and blue. In here, we got a lovely little camshaft. Then we've got a cam gear and a timing chain on top there. Looking good. Then we've got a timing cover. I've done this one in the pink. Looking pretty good. On you go there. And then the water pump. We've done that one in blue on top of it to coincide with the pink. Sort of like an alternation theme there. I love the heads there in two different colours. I think they look fantastic. Crankshaft pulley is in a blue. Then we've got a power steering pump also in that blue. Tried to bolt it in the wrong place. We've got a arm up here, which is in the pink, going off that blue body. And then a blue alternator on top of there. Looking pretty sweet. The rest of this stuff on here is all pretty much in black. I say pretty much. It is all in black. Let's just get it all back together. On we go. In we go. Another one down there. And that's all we can do for now until we get the supercharger on top. Oil filter just in a black. And let's get these spark plugs in very quickly. In you go. In you go. And in you go there. Then we got a fuel filter around here, which is in that dark pinky colour. Looking pretty sweet. Spark plugs on the other side. In you go. In you go. Oh, I missed. I didn't click long enough. In you go. And in you go just there. And then if we jump up to the top here, somewhere in the middle, we've got all of the valve push rods, which seem to be a common occurrence recently, along with the rocker arms as well. So I'm going to get all of them in, and I'll be back in a second. Last one just going in now. In you go. And let's move on to the head covers. This side on the pink, we've got blue engine covers on there, or head covers on there, looking pretty sweet. And then on the other side, you guessed it, we got pink head covers on the blue head there. Looking awesome. In you go. On top of these, we've got lovely coil covers, or ignition coils. All of these are just in black, so I'll get all of them in a little while. Let's crack on up here, though. Intake manifold in that matte black. On you go. I did say it was going to be predominantly black with splashes of blue and pink. There is quite a bit of blue and pink here, but it is still predominantly black. Supercharger on you go, also in that matte black. Didn't quite know where the bolts were going to spawn there. There we go. And then we've got a throttle over here in that lovely metallic blue. Just to finish that piece off, looking pretty sweet. And then we've got blue fuel rails on this side and pink. If I click it, pink fuel rails on this side. And then if we just nip to under here, the exhaust manifolds are just in a lovely matte black, which means the exhausts are in a matte black as well. Looking pretty sweet. Nip on around. Let's get you in. In you go. Then we'll get all of them ignition coils on. But before we jump into that, we got a few pieces left to finish off at this front end. Lovely serpentine belt there. And then a little roller just blacked out in there. And that's pretty much it all done. I'm just going to get these ignition coils in, grab some pictures, and then we'll get it dropped in that beautiful Ford Falcon just out there, looking pretty sweet. Well, that engine is an absolute beast. Look at the size of it. It's an absolute monster. Let's get it dropped into the Ford Falcon. Now it's all finished off and get this car finished, ready to go outside into the sun. Out we go. Let's get you dropped in there. Hopefully this is going to look incredible. Looking forward to this one. You got all the blues and pinks on there, but it is predominantly black. I just don't want that showing up for a moment. There we go. Predominantly black, but you do have the blue and pink just showing up on it. Looking pretty sweet. Quite pleased with that, but we got a gearbox to get in, so let's get it up in the air. Get that gearbox installed along with the starter and whatever we've got to finish it off, which I do believe is just exhaust parts. So in we go. On you go there. Lovely black, matte black gearbox to go with the rest of the engine block. Just over here, up behind the wheel, we got a little blue starter just to sort of balance it out with a few more colours. And then up here, we've got the two mufflers, both in that matte black there. Looking absolutely incredible. I've only got wheels left to go and a top up the liquid. So let's get out and see how good that looks through there with them exhaust tips and that gearbox in there as well. That just looks absolutely incredible. Very, very impressed with this. You've done an excellent job, French Toast. Loving that. I'm going to get all the liquids topped up, get some wheels done. Probably just going to be matte black on this one. Get this one outside in the sun. Ready to see what our drag rating is and what horsepower we've ended up with. Here we are, all finished with the French Toast's Ford Falcon, looking absolutely stunning. I have loved this car, really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it the first time I covered it a few months ago before it was made. Just sort of finalising a few pieces, but now it's all finished. We've got all the liveries in, loads of cool body stuff in. It looks absolutely fantastic. Well done, French Toast. Link in the description below if you want to grab this one. Or just head over to the Steam Workshop and search for Ford Falcon. You will definitely find it. Let's talk some stuff about this then. Let's talk about these rims to start with. These are the Rim Retro 11. Looking pretty sweet on this build today. Quite pleased with them. Finished in a matte black. We've got that chrome pink brake caliper sticking through there and blue lettering on the Slick C tyres. These are a 16-inch rim with 145 width, so very narrow at the front here with an 80 profile. Pretty big on the profile there. Down the backs, we're keeping the Rim Retro 11, but we've got pink lettering on the tyres and chrome blue brake calipers through there. Still a matte black finish. These are an 18-inch rim with a 385 width, so they're massive for the drag strip, with a 40 profile on there. Just big enough to keep it looking pretty sweet. I love this body. The beautiful livery on here with the black, pink and the blue in this patinaed look. Looking pretty sweet. It's a shame we can't get the same sort of patina on the engine. We've just gone mostly matte. And then these colours here pretty much have to be in a metallic. They don't have to be. You can get a lot of the parts matte, but you can't paint some of the pieces. So we kept them in their metallic. Still looking pretty good, along with that radiator in there as well. Another radiator under here in the opposite colour. I'm really pleased with this. Suspension also looking pretty new and shiny. We look after the engine and the running components a lot better than we do the bodywork of this car. We just cover it with spikes so that people don't want to crash into us. Looking awesome, but let's jump inside and see what this lovely little Falcon sounds like. In we go. Let's just get it started. We'll check out the interior in a second. Not a bad grumble. Nothing. There's a knife. Why is there a jar? I didn't even notice the knife before. That's fantastic. What else have we got in here? Lots of tools dotted around. We've got our fuel tank and our fuel pump in there as well. Looking pretty good. Some screwdrivers to arm's reach if we need them. We've got a knife just in case we need to cut any of the bush down that's in our way. But let's give it some gas. Nothing overly special on this one, but it's still a pretty mean sounding engine. But let's get it over to the dyno, see what our horsepower is and what the drag rating is for this special build for us today. Here we are then on the dyno with the Ford Falcon from French Toast and its CGM V8 engine, 850 factory horsepower. We added loads of performance parts today. How much have we added to our exclusive Ford Falcon? Let's have a look. A gain of 741 horsepower, 88%. That's pretty good, bringing us up to 1,590 total measured power and a drag rating of A999. We're back at it with the top rated drag builds. Let's go and have a look at the gearbox tuning setup for today. Squeeze on over. There she is. I've gone for a 3.9-5 ratio. 89 in first gear, up to 402 in sixth gear there. Not sure how well this will do. We'll have to take it to the track to find out. I've also got my stage 3 ECU fully tuned no carb on this one. I'm going to do some shorts, YouTube shorts very soon, guys. What would you like to see in them? I've already got one for the ECU and one for the carburetor. What would you like to see? Little tips and tricks in less than 60 seconds. Give me some ideas in the comments below. Let me know what you'd like to see in some little short videos for you guys. I've got a few in mind anyway, but I'd just like to see what you think. Now, let's head over to the drag strip and give this Mad Max style Ford Falcon a good run for its money. Back at the Juneway Stripe Raceway, ready to start another King of the Sands tournament with our beautiful little Ford Falcon. The VM exclusive, the drag edition, 1 mile. We're in A-Class 999, 1,000 to enter, in we go. Our first race is actually against Dead Bob, also known as Payne, in the Time Attack Toyota Prius. We might get absolutely destroyed in that first match there. Bit of a shame. Who else have we got here today? My brother. And I think that's it. Let's just get into it. Let's see if we can beat Payne in his Time Attack Prius. Now, I built one of them Time Attack Prius for the previous speeder board, so I know how fast they can be. It was very good. Not quite as good as some as the top end stuff, but it was still very good. Let's jump back inside ours and get this one ready to go. Accelerating and off the line. We get away into second. We'll go into third very quickly there and into fourth. Into fifth. This accelerates so fast, this car, but we are in the lead. Can't even see that. Are we pulling left or are we all right? Into sixth. I think we're just about all right, but we are still in the lead. I think we're going to win this one. What are we going to cross the line at? Let's have a look. 386 by the looks of that. There we go. 21.823 to the 1 mile with 386 kilometers an hour versus the 23.325 at 370 from that incredibly fast Time Attack Prius. I'm just glad we beat it. 9.003 seconds to the quarter of a mile at 269 versus a 9.581, so half a second quicker to the quarter of a mile. Not too bad. Let's jump into the next one. Round two's not looking too bad. We're against the Ford Mustang RTR Unicorn version 1. We do have Delilah, the Delray Gasser, up there with the McLaren F1 widebody, which I definitely do need to build soon. And then a few other bits down here. Let's jump into it, see if we can beat the version 1 Unicorn. That Unicorn on the start line looks so good, but it doesn't look anything compared to this Mad Max beast. Absolutely incredible. Let's get back inside. Let's get off the line for this one and try and beat the Unicorn. There we go. We got off the line. We managed to do it without breaking anything or jumping the lights, as I tend to be quite good at. Into fifth. We're doing all right. Are we still in the lead? It does look like it. Thank God for that. Into sixth. And we're not crossing the line. We're still straight. We're still in the lead. Very happy about that. Are we going to beat our last run? Is it going to be better? Is it going to be worse? Let's find out. I look like 386 again. It was indeed slightly slower to the quarter of a mile with a 9.09 instead of a 9.003 at 270. That is a little bit faster than last time, I do believe. But 21.873 is also a little bit slower to the 1 mile at 386 kilometers an hour. The same speed, half a second faster than the version 1 Unicorn again, and you know, a second faster than it to the 1 mile. Not too bad. Let's see who's next. Wow, this might be a bit of a challenging one. It's the McLaren F1, but it's the wide body variant. I don't think I've actually seen it on the track yet. We've also got the Ford Fiesta Pikes Peak and the Hot Wheels Bone Shaker Stealth. Let's jump into it, see if we can smash the McLaren F1 wide body. That McLaren F1 widebody looks so good over there. I just hope we can actually beat it. I'd like to not go out of this one. I'd like to get in and get another win under our belt from a tournament. So let's jump inside. Let's give it some gas and let's go. There we go. And we're off the line. We didn't jump the lights. We're into second. We're going to third as well. And that McLaren is going. Can we catch up with it? I don't know if we're going to be able to. Come on, Ford Falcon. Just shoot it if you have to. We've got a knife. Can't we throw it at the tyres? We are going to lose to the McLaren F1 widebody. What a shame. But what a great opponent that was. Absolutely splendid. Let's cross the line. Did we do any better? 9.114, so actually our slowest run yet, but we were never going to beat that McLaren anyway. We only had a 9.003, so it was never going to happen. At 21.912, slowest to the 1 mile as well. But again, we weren't going to beat a 19.928 at 501 kilometers an hour. I mean, at the half a mile, it was almost at our top speed. I think that was a good place to go out. Shame, I'd like to have gone on and win it, but that is a McLaren F1 wide body. I didn't really think it was going to happen. Final race is the McLaren F1 wide body against Ford Fiesta Pikes Peak. This is actually Payne versus French Toast. Let's get into it. Let's see who wins and see what we can finally take away from this competition. There we go. 2,250 payout. So we are 1,250 up as to what we paid to get into the tournament. And the McLaren F1 wide body did beat the Pikes Peak Fiesta. I did hope that was going to happen because it did knock us out. So it makes sense. But let's get back to the garage and see where this Ford Falcon sits on the new speeder board. 6th place on the speeder board from the Ford Falcon. Virtual Mechanic exclusive, made especially for us by French Toast. Thank you very much for that, dude. Absolutely awesome. I've loved this one. 1,590 horsepower after we threw on all the performance parts and tuned it up just a little bit with a 1/4 mile time at 9:003. Very good. Just a little bit faster than 9 seconds. Bit of shame. 1 mile at 21.823 seconds with a top speed of 386 kilometers an hour or 240 miles per hour. Not bad at all. Sadly, it did knock the 370Z off of the speeder board. Everything on here is a sub at 10 second. Let's go outside and say goodbye to the Ford Falcon before we move on to the next one. There she is, looking absolutely stunning. Very, very pleased with this. Let's just talk some facts and figures about it very quickly. I bought the car for $7,920, and if you stuck around for long enough at the beginning, you'd known that I couldn't sell it for a profit, and if I was to sell it there and then, I'd have lost out on 484. Not the best, but definitely not the worst. We've since spent another $72,511 modifying this beast, painting it, getting it to where it is today with that Rockstar skull on the front there, looking pretty awesome. Putting our total spend at $80,431. But the real question is, can we make a profit from this beautiful Ford Falcon? I love that engine. So subtle, but still fitting in with the theme. I really do love it. Absolutely incredible. Can we make a good deal out of this one? Let's find out. 278,110 kilometers on there. We added a little bit with some testing today. Now all 100% complete with that engine boosted up to 1,590 horsepower, a gain of 88%. Very impressed with that. But can we make a profit? With a sale of 97,000, we definitely can. Our spend was 80,431. Separate the two, it leaves us with a profit of 16,569 plus the money we made from the drag tournament. Although we didn't win the tournament, we did still walk away with a profit of 1,250, giving us a total profit for the episode of 17,819. And this beautiful Ford Falcon with all its suspension looking great, the engine looking incredible, lovely radiators in there, lots of colour going on. I love this blue and pink underneath, looking brand new. On the outside, looking very worn, very sorry for itself, but still awesome nonetheless. But we've got to say goodbye, so off you go, Ford Falcon. You're a lot of fun. Tiny bit of profit, but profit is profit. Up next, we got something awesome. We're back to a Toyota Supra. I've done one of these before, but jumpy game. But this is the wide body variant. This one's pretty cool. Now, this is technically by two people. This is by Lit. The Toyota Supra is made by Lit, but this wide body kit is made by Payne. So a double mod for us there next time are going to be a lot of fun. Did we get a good deal on this one? I need that door to load. There we go. Did we get a good deal? We did not. Not even remotely close. 193,136 is what we paid for it. Wow, and we could only sell it for 143,025, losing out on 50,111. That is definitely not the best start at all to the next video. A bit of a shame on that one, but never mind. What engine comes in this one? It has got the i6 double overhead cam BU2 turbo engine, which we will be leaving it in there because the options are without the turbo, and I do love a turbo. 556 factory horsepower, which we're definitely going to be looking to increase in the next episode. But that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you had a wonderful day and a wonderful, wonderful weekend, whatever you got up to. And if you could help me out by subscribing, that would be huge if you can. It'd be awesome if you did. Please leave me a like and drop a comment. Let me know what you think of today's build or what you think of the next build with that Toyota Supra. Again, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.